What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear this year's TEDxNTU theme, Ripple Effect?
So ripple is a very amazing word to describe progress and to describe evolution.
It's similar to knowledge. It's basically the dissemination of knowledge to different boundaries. One research creating one huge commercial purpose and one huge industry.
It combines science along with social impact. There's so many poems that have been written about waves and ripples, and so many metaphors relating nature to us as humans.
The first thing that came to my mind was Butterfly Effect, the movie, how the smallest of changes can make the largest of impacts.
In my opinion, that's how I ended up in Singapore, for example. I just talked to a girl who got all inspired about going to Asia, and that small conversation got me applying, and in the end, coming all the way here from Austria.
For me, very like on a personal scale, it would be the fact that if you do something every day, then it comes up to something bigger later, and that the small things that you do are very important as long as you keep doing them all over again. It kind of reminds me of the topics in Atomic Habits as well.
What do you think would be your biggest takeaway from this year's TEDx event?
I got to meet bright minds intellects in NTU basically. So it's like we have a very big team, like very great team. So you got a lot of friends, and then you got to see like what they are doing in their lives personally as well professionally.
From viewing TEDx talks in front of a screen to like watching it in person, and also being able to involving like organizing and really make contributions in a team like this is really like making dreams come true in terms of making impacts.
I'm in marketing team, so my team members from all over the country, all over the world. So I get to know a lot of different people.
People from Singapore who I would otherwise never meet in my personal life. Yeah, meeting people, seeing that there is definitely a potential of meeting someone, some unknown person, and from some different sphere, and still getting meaningful insights from them.
So the biggest takeaway would be that your small action, your small idea can actually go on to form something much bigger if only you give it the chance.
What is your interpretation of the theme, Ripple Effect, and how do you relate it to your personal life or your professional life?
So when I think of ripple effect, the image that I have in my mind is that of waves, and one wave or the movement of one wave affects the next and the next. And the impact of that movement is unsurpassed, and you can't really tell when it would stop. So that's how I see ripple effect. And it really applies very much to my profession as a teacher and an educator, because I believe that whatever we say and whatever we do can and will have a ripple effect on the people whom we are teaching and the people whom we are interacting with every day. So I tend to see it as something very positive because it is a chance for me to really impact the lives of my students, not just in the classroom, but in my daily interactions with them, chatting with them, and getting to know them better as individuals.
Many things in life are about ripple effects. I think I learned that as a kid, right? And, you do something wrong, and then whether it's parents or school teachers or school principal. But I probably won't get into the details there. Positive one will of course be my marriage and my family, right? I mean, you start off, being introduced to someone, and have a coffee, small date or two. Um, and in my case, 25 years later, you made a family with that person, happily married, with two children and all the interesting challenges that come with having young adult children. Yeah, so obviously, in terms of my own personal experience,
Can you let us know what is that one thing that motivated you to take this path in your life?
I think the one thing that
set me on this path was having children. Right? I have 3 children. So that's not exactly one thing. I have 3 children. And every day I think about how will they thrive in the future? And for them to thrive in the future, my academia side tells me they have to have certain characteristics and not necessarily the hard skills that are being taught to them today. So that concerns me. Are there education systems in the world or in our country that develops these transcendent skills?
When I was in junior college, I had very good teachers, literature teachers specifically, who inspired me to love the language more and who inspired me to be a better writer. So, because of them, I realized what a strong impact teaching can have on people's lives and determine how it can determine their futures as well. And because of them, I decided to also embark on the path of teaching because I wanted to be able to influence other people, the youth, children, to be able to love reading, writing, and just fall in love with the English language because it can really change your life. It can really change your mindset and the way that you view the world.
How do you think your talk is connected to this year's theme, Ripple Effect?
Humanity is at a crossroads. We are facing what some people call a polycrisis, right? So many challenges all at one time. You know, climate, pandemics, slowdown in the global economy, great power, competition, the, the rise of artificial intelligence and the impact that will have on us as humans. All these are all happening at the same time.
When we are creative and when we have creative ideas, it can cause a ripple effect, not just in our lives, but in the lives of others and even change society in a positive way. So when we are faced with a problem and we use creative solutions to solve the problem, it doesn't just benefit us, but it can benefit, many people around us.
It is about recognizing that every single one has the power to design the future they prefer or deserve. So the talk is really focused on, amidst all the noise on artificial intelligence, what is the value of being human? And what should we be sharpening in terms of skills, in terms of mindsets, in terms of even beliefs, right? That will help us, that will help maintain, and I don't know, this might be polarizing, that will help maintain human ascendancy over machines, because that is a belief of mine.